Yeah. Um. I was gonna say something and I forgot.
I got a room, yeah.
Well, welcome to Funland, I guess. Enjoy your stay or whatever.
I will.
Ah,
Thank you.
hello. Oh,
Oh,
you're new, aren't you?
yeah. A little.
I definitely noticed someone as radiant as you.
Uh,
Hi! It has been a while. I hope you are well. Well, I suppose introductions are in order. We are the Collective. It is lovely to meet you.
yeah.
Uh, I've been alright. You know, I've been having a bit of territorial dispute. It's fine. Largely, I've been fine. I've been good, honestly. Um, recently saw a, a lost little lamb of mine, and they seem to be doing all right. I mean, being locked in a box for a month is not exactly a positive experience, but you know. But you,
Huh?
Oh, I'll be
it's
off.
been a while since I've seen something like you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely been a couple centuries, I can tell you that much. Not a lot of sun-headed people. Typically, it's a planet or something like that, but stars, now that's different.
um.
Yeah, if you don't like me, I suppose. Oops, sorry, slipped of the hand. Sorry, I scared you about that. Sorry about that. They. We should explain this. We are a hive mind, so we've been dealing with certain issues. She's being herself. Anyways, you're new here.
Yeah.
I'm sure this is a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen a couple people freak out a lot when they got here because a lot of you aren't used to dimensional travel or being sent to a different place all willy nilly. I'm guessing that's the case with you, which is surprising given the fact that you're, I believe, a starborn from the looks of it.
I am. I am the sun. Kind of. I'd say like a lesser sun.
It's totally all right. I understand a little bit about your physiology, at least one potential starborn. Although not all starborn look like you. Some have, yes, but I mean, I've met quite a few starborn. Not in a while, of course, given the incident that happened. But, you know,
I've never seen any.
well, I mean, it makes sense given the supernova event that happened.
Well,
Because the issue is that a lot of them got way too old, and a lot of them waited far too long to properly have children. So honestly, it's a miracle you're around.
I don't even know who my parents are, or if I have any.
It's likely you possibly severed off from a dying star, so you may have only one parent, and it's not entirely. Well, I wouldn't say that too loud. I mean, the hive mother might overhear, and I mean, she's her voice has already gone hoarse from crying, but I mean, you know,
I
yeah,
had an
she's.
interaction with the castle, which was kind of scary.
Oh, you went to meet Ananta. Okay, that's.
Trying to hide as a bright star is kind of not easy.
Yeah. Surprising that you're. Okay. Let me. Let's see. Do I have my notebook? I apologize. I've been taking notes on observed behavior. Let's see. Potential. Yep. Yep. Mm-hmm. Right. So I never properly got your name. I do apologize.
It's sunny, sunny summer.
Sunny summer. All right. And you are how old?
Uh, just an estimate around like maybe 20 or so.
20. You, you're 20?
I was on Earth I was in the space for a long time before I made it down to Earth.
Huh. Well, that's. Huh. I've in all my years, in all the centuries I've been around, I've never met a starborn as young as you.
I'm practically new. Oh,
You're like a baby. No offense, of
crap.
course.
I'd say so.
Which I mean, definitely makes things a lot more frightening here because you're finally getting adjusted to where you were. You suddenly got transported here, where a bunch of rules are different. No, well, I mean, that is a fair point.
I never really interacted with anybody on Earth. I just kind of stayed my distance.
I mean, it is fair. A lot of mankind is very harsh towards what it does not understand. I mean, look at me. I'm not exactly normal looking. I can't exactly fit in when I'm just going to the grocery store or something like that. I have massive
You definitely,
horns and massive.
yeah, you definitely don't look like the people where I'm from.
Which is fine, of course. I mean, I wouldn't expect to look like a lot of mankind since my armor is made out of a chitinous shell and I'm largely insect. But here, you can. Yeah,
Uh,
humans would tend to be mean.
they aren't very nice from what I've seen.
You don't have to worry about that here because I'm gonna be honest. I've only met like two humans, and one of them is no longer entirely human. That was an instant. I'm not. I can't share about that. But the other human is also not going to be human for very much longer. So, no humans here, really. All the humans in your world died. I wonder how that happened. I don't know if Morgan is a human, to be fair. The whites of his eyes are black. That's not normal. Well, I think that he's just misinformed, because there's something weird about his eyes. Whatever. It doesn't necessarily matter. But yeah, but before then. Before the I saw
Pretty sure my friend is human, as far from I know.
your friend?
Yeah. I mean, he looks human.
Your friend, what's their name?
I think it was Blaze or something. I can't remember.
Place. Huh. Looked human.
They're pretty.
They could have been humanoid or half human. There's a lot of people that are half human here. A couple people that are half something else that looks humanoid. For instance, you may see someone around. He's pretty massive. He has pretty big
His
build.
eyes aren't like. One of his eyes is like a star. I don't know if that's to do with anything.
Yeah, that's not something normal humans have. I think that you might be a demon or something. I don't know. I've met a lot of people, Sunny. I've met plenty of people. I think I've met like roughly 6 people that were Starborns, also named Sunny. He did ask about demons. Ah, that's interesting. Well, don't let him know about Athera, because she's gonna be all over that. Last thing she needs is another person to influence. So basically, I'm basically just a hodgepodge of a bunch of different bits and bobs. So part of me is a demon, but part of me is a what was it? It was like sheep ram type of thing. Like part of me is avian, more specifically a jackdaw. Um,
Oh,
Am I using words you aren't familiar with? I can.
oh no, I'm familiar with those. It's just a lot in one.
Yeah, and part of me is largely insect, but I believe it's some sort of alien life form. I've done research about it. Nothing I've encountered has ever fit a specific description. So I'm not entirely sure, but no. There's still all the remaining bits from people that have left. Basically, when one of essentially we all died, and we all had a deal with essentially the owner of this body, because this body isn't the original body, because this is just the one we use because it's least likely to threaten people. And even now, you're still intimidated. But like, I
I'm
can't.
scared of a lot of things.
I mean, it's understandable. You were never properly taught how to handle the world, how to be around people, and now you're in a completely new environment, surrounded with completely new people. It's understandable why you would be cautious and why you would be nervous.
It's just I've never seen people that didn't have human flesh.
Yeah, that's another thing. Which, I mean, not much of me is flesh. I mean, there's the little bit poking out there. There's the small of my back, but other than that, yeah, most of my body is not actually flesh. It's like bug-like armor. I have a couple forms that are more flesh-like, but the issue is they tend to be a bit more not. They tend to be less malleable in a way, where it's hard to keep us inside of it. That's gross, and nobody wants to see it. Oh, well, I hope you have a good night or day, I suppose.
Bye.
You're still
Bye, Yuma.
avoiding someone. Huh. Well, I hope you have a good day, and I hope that the person you're avoiding doesn't find you. Beware of who? Ceruni. Ah, well, if they try and pull something, we got Severance back. Oh, natural orders, huh? Well, the only order I care about is a 5 chicken soft taco meal with no lettuce and a large sweet tea from Taco Bell. And that's the only order I've ever cared about. Don't worry about it. It's you ever heard about chicken nuggets? Large fry? You ever heard about fucking the Frosty from Wendy's? You don't know what fast food is. Um, she's like a mascot for a restaurant. I think she was based off of the creator's granddaughter, possibly. I can't entirely remember. But it's hard to explain fast food. Imagine food but fast and very unhealthy. Um, okay, you don't consume solid food, then you would absolutely fuck up a Frosty. You would love that shit because it is not solid. I don't know. I like the chocolate ones. I've always been a pretty big fan of the chocolate ones. But to be fair, I for a while we were the sin of gluttony. So like, not a lot of food were we. Well, some of us have foods we don't like, and some of us have foods that we do like. Like some of us like mayonnaise. There's a guy who he used to ask all the time if people would eat mayonnaise sandwiches, right? Oh, well, I hope you have a good day, Emma. I
Okay.
hope you.
Bye, Yuma.
But there's this guy, and his name is Michael, and he's a very interesting case because yes, he is infected, but I mean he's charming, so it's fine.
I met.
You met him?
Yeah, I met him.
How has he been doing? Like, how would you describe him?
Well, he seems somewhat chill. Um, I was scared of him at first, but he's pretty tall.
Yeah, to be fair, a lot of people here are tall.
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody that wasn't either tall or shorter than I was.
Yeah, well, I mean, the reason I'm this tall is because it's hard to make us any more compact than we already are. We tend to take forms that are a bit larger. But anyways, when it comes to Michael, he used to always ask if people eat mayonnaise sandwiches, which is basically just bread, mayonnaise, bread, which is very, very upsetting and very sad. I used to think that was very sad, but like,
I can't really taste anything. Anything I eat kind of just melts.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose that makes sense. Your head is a giant ball of fire. Um,
Yeah.
how would
Well, practically all of me is a big ball of fire.
it's a miracle the clothes haven't like burnt.
Oh, I think my clothes are just weird.
Maybe they're made out of some sort of material like fire blankets are.
I never thought about it.
Well, my main purpose, I suppose, is to think about stuff like that. Like, for instance, why certain creatures are capable of just floating, like hovering, despite the fact that they lack any wings to properly suspend themselves, any form of propulsion, from what I can tell.
I mean, I can do this. Kind of slowly fall down.
Oh, yeah, I believe that I used to be capable of that. For some reason, my abilities keep weirdly phasing in and out. But, I mean, it is a very useful ability to have. I believe I'm familiar with a man who essentially wind spirits are what's stopping him from falling. It's because he's been kind of going through it. He's having relationship issues. Uh, which that is a thing here. Love seems to be in the air, which I mean, I understand. I understand love. I understand romantic attraction and stuff like that. I even sometimes feel it myself. It's just with all that's been going on, I feel like there's hardly time for that.
Yeah.
With the infections spreading and our preparations. But that's not something that somebody new here needs to hear about. Did you have any hobbies back where you're from?
Hobbies? I just really only watched people and see what they did. Kind of just observed.
I like doing that too. I like observing people. I like seeing what they do and what they figure out.
It's kind of how I learned to speak,
Oh,
watching other people.
you speak very well for someone self-taught.
Well, I was on Earth for, I'd say, quite a bit.
You're under the impression that you're 20 years old. You're not entirely sure if you are. Hmm. That is very interesting. Because I'm familiar with, excuse me, a person who their body ended up de-aging when they came here.
Yeah.
He was 85 years old, and now he is in his body when he was in his either 30s or 50s. He isn't entirely sure, and neither are us, because we haven't really seen him in that window of time. But anyways, it's a time works weirdly here, where for some reason it seems to move a lot faster outside of this place than here. And not entirely sure why. Possibly because has somebody told you about like everything that's happening here?
I mean, I think I have some of the rundown.
So basically, there's a god named Puer. He essentially looks at us through the moon and through the sun. He, not entirely sure what his deal is. He like took us all here in order to have fun, because he likes to watch us sort of just interact. And it's sort of like, are you familiar with the game The Sims?
I wouldn't say so, no.
It's like, do you know what a video game is?
I don't know what a video game is.
Nobody knows what a video game is. Okay, great. Basically, have you seen ants? Have you ever seen ants before?
Yeah,
Like the little bug that lives in.
I've seen them before. I kind of stepped on their nest and they kind of burnt. That was bad on my part.
Well, I mean, basically, it's like what you did to those ants, where you have so much strength in comparison to them that there's nothing they can do. And occasionally, apparently, from what I've been hearing, some people have permanently died, which is not something that happens often here. If you do die here, you tend to wake up in your bed as if nothing happened. However, 2 people apparently have permanently died because the god of death has been essentially tired of the essentially mockery that is this place.
Place called Funland. There's been a lot of stuff that didn't seem very fun to others.
Yeah, I think it's called that because the god in charge of this place thinks it's fun. I mean, this body, one of the other versions of me, did irritate him, and it was only thanks to another version of me's groveling that we were able to, I suppose, avoid being smited. It's best to stay on his good side as opposed to his bad side. You'd definitely be able to recognize him. He floats and he's like pink and he's got like horns coming out of his eyes, I believe.
Doesn't sound like somebody I'd gladly walk up to.
Yeah, well, he's capable of flying. It's odd. Um he I, I'm not entirely sure about him. You know, I try my best.
I've only met with one powerful person, and I don't think they took a liking to me.
You did?
Just the queen. That's about it. They're pretty powerful.
Yeah, the queen. Yeah, she's an interesting one. Her ideas are definitely interesting. Just keep this between the 2 of us. I'm not too fond of her either. But I mean, it makes sense why she'd feel intimidated by you. You're a giant ball of fire, and her dominion is ice.
Not like boiling hot, so I can't really melt it that fast if I wanted to.
But you're still capable of melting, and that is something she does not like at all. She doesn't like any sort of opposition to her authority. It's why she infected this town. Or at least gave the go-ahead for someone to infect this town.
Yeah, my friend actually walked in the coop, which
He
was
what?
pretty idiot. Oh, yeah. He's was fine though, but he walked in the coop.
Oh, good God. Just tell him not to do that again. That is a dangerous game that he's playing at, and
We've told him multiple times.
well, looks like we have another airhead. That's great.
Well, he also did go up to the temple too.
Of
And
course
got
he did. It reminds me of
and
how
he
my
was also
brother
with me at the castle.
he did something to the castle.
No, he was with me at the castle.
Was he doing anything or saying anything towards Anata?
No, but as soon as we got caught, he ran away.
Of course. Okay.
I kind of stayed there because I was too scared to move. But then someone came out and I was walking away.
Huh. Let's see. That friend of yours, oddly enough, reminds me of a, I suppose, friend of mine. You met him actually. His name's Michael. And they seem very similar, if that makes sense. At least how Michael used to be before his little incident.
I found it funny how the almost one of the first people I met on in this world was a vampire, and I'm a son.
Oh, you met a vampire. That's interesting. Don't know if I've met any vampires. Have I? My memory
His name
sucks.
was Vlad.
Vlad. Okay. Very, very common vampire name. I have to mention that. But I mean, it's fine. It's not like they could control how they're named. Uh, but I've met like 500 Vlads. Like, when's there just gonna be a vampire named Greg? Vampire named Devin.
Oh, I met a vampire named Alucard.
Yeah, and that's also surprisingly another common vampire name. But the issue is that like they can't control how they're named, but it's just like there's common vampire names in the same way that there's common names for anybody. Like how Luna is a common name for a moon folk, and how the sun. Another day rises on Puer's kingdom. Not too fond of that guy. Um, don't flip off the sun, by the way. You don't want to do that.
I wasn't thinking about it.
Ruined a perfectly good umbrella. That damn bastard. Um, but yeah, he's he's not doing anything about the infection. I doubt he will. And it's not like I can do anything about it either. I mean, I used to be able to, but I'm not allowed to anymore.
I feel like getting rid of the infection could do a lot.
Yeah, probably, but there's a couple people who are literally relying on the infection to stay alive, so.
I could tell.
Yeah, one of my good friends. It's the only thing keeping him still going. It's like the only reason his organs are still functioning.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah, so I suppose. Well, I mean, he hasn't been really wanting to stick around for a while. He's constantly joking, and every time somebody asks how he's doing, he says, "Fine, I'm just dying." So I get concerned, you know. But
Yeah.
it's not like I can physically comfort him. I can't touch him, or else you know his little pookie bear will get upset. That's something I should warn you about. Okay, so there's this guy. His name is Byron. He is blonde with red eyes and horns. Um, very mischievous. I don't think you'll have issues with him, given your disposition. But if
Yeah.
he comes around, just start talking about Marvel.
Okay.
Ask him his favorite Marvel villain. Ask him what his favorite comic was. If you get his
What's
interest, he'll be less likely to hurt you.
Is he somewhat fire resistant?
I can't say that, but I don't know. He not
I mean,
might get.
if
I
any,
don't think he'll get physically close to you, but like emotionally, if that makes sense. Like he'll be fond of you. He isn't capable of actual like friendship, but like I say he's my friend because that's the easiest way to explain it. Yeah. Yeah. Let me get my umbrella out.
the rain isn't my best friend.
Oh, I totally understand. I hate it when it gets between the it gets between the little crevices of my armor, and then it starts to like I hate it when it gets through my exoskeleton. It fucking sucks. And like the metal bits start to rust. They're really hard to get the rust out of.
I just vanish if too much water is poured on me.
I mean, it
I
is
mean,
fair. You're completely made out of fire.
yeah, that's why I have multiple umbrellas.
That's fair. You know what? I do too. But the issue is my umbrellas keep getting destroyed. Um,
I can see that.
I do have, I believe, a functional one. It's like purple, but I'm worried about using it because I'm worried about getting struck by lightning again. But a lot of the time we use the umbrella in order to indicate that we've properly switched positions. Like somebody else is in the driver's seat. Goodness. It has been a while since I've talked to people. I haven't talked to people in a while.
This is probably the most I've talked to somebody.
Me too, honestly.
Pretty antisocial. I never really talked up to anybody.
I Sometimes I'm social, but most of the time I tend to avoid people. It's not really because I hate people. It's more so the fact that I feel as if I've seen so much, and there's a lot that I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of allegories would make sense to you. It's Do you know have you ever read a book made of fire? Would it be difficult for you to read a book?
No. I touched one tree and caught it on fire, which is bad on my behalf.
Okay,
But
you don't have
here
to
it seems
touch
like
a tree.
nothing much happens.
You might want to avoid the library then, but basically it's as if I've lived through a bunch of lifetimes because I have lived through many lifetimes. And as basically since you are starborn, it means you're going to live a very long life.
Yeah.
I've already lived a very long life. I am, by my estimations, several billion years old.
Wow.
I know I look good for my age. It's because this body is, I believe, possibly in its 40s. I'm not entirely sure. I can't entirely remember. But since we've lived for so long, we've seen so many things happen in exactly the same ways, and so we get tired.
Yeah.
I wanted to give you that sort of heads up because I know you're going to be living for a long time, and it's likely that we will be able to see each other again in the distant future. I doubt that I'm going to ever stop existing. Even if one of us is to die, we will end up getting replaced subsequently.
Yeah.
The next time another deal needs to be made, that's something the Hot Mother does, by the way. She essentially makes deals with people that are about to die because of unjust or unfair reasons, and so she is able to turn their face into a mask, and usually they're hovering around us. But for some reason, all of our masks got stuck together, so we can't really. And we're not able to take off the mask, too. That's another thing. It's because the mask is basically just attached to the flesh. So if I try to take off the mask, it would just tear off of the body, and we'd have to quickly substitute with another one of the bodies in our storage, essentially. Which I'm sorry for oversharing, but it's just an example of something that another long living creature has to live. I don't even know if I'm capable of dying. Probably. I'm probably capable of dying. There's probably some way to permanently kill this body. But certain creatures like us were difficult to kill. And that's not without reason. I mean, we're powerful. If you trained your ability, you'd definitely be able to harness it. Although I don't know if you'd use it for the betterment of the world, or if you'd watch the world burn just to feel its warmth.
I think I'd be too scared to do that.
Yes, but if you were to ever gain confidence, maybe even excess of it, I feel as if your ability could be very powerful. And I feel as if you underestimate yourself.
I'd hope I don't do that.
You don't?
I don't want to destroy anything,
Hmm. Well,
but I don't know what might happen in the future. I might change.
I hope for the sake of everyone, for the sake of your friend, that you don't change. I feel like you're perfect just the way that you are.
Thank you.
And if I'm going to be honest, Sonny, it's very uncommon where I've met a Starborn as well adjusted and as down to earth as you are.
I I try somewhat.
Most Starborn I've met have been very full of themselves. A lot of them describe themselves as world eaters because they were capable of it. They just took with no regard for others. But you seem understanding of people and of their struggles, and you taught yourself the common tongue because you wanted to understand people.
Yeah. Just from observing people, I feel like killing was a really bad thing. I've seen it all the time before I came here.
All the time. Where
People are cruel where I was.
I'm happy that you're here because it means there's one less cruel person to come here. A lot of people here are evil and deceptive in that way, and many regard me as one of them. I suppose in a way I am, because I am complacent. But there's not much I can do, except for, sneaking warnings when I can.
I've heard of a lot of people that were called evil here. It scares me even more.
To be fair, I'm not proud of my past. I'm not proud of what I've done. But I can't take back what I've done. We can only look towards the future. And I have to figure out what to do in my future, because I never expected my wish to go this wrong, I never expected to be stuck in this body for centuries.
Yeah.
A lot of us feel trapped in this body. At one point, we were able to split off, do our own separate things, but right now we're kind of just stuck all together. We're driving each other mad. But it's uh, what was I trying to say?
I find it cool how you'll have such cool features and I'm just a son.
Well, I mean, some people are a lot more plain than others. For instance, poor Karma. He definitely looked a lot plainer back when he came here. But then he got really sick. And just he'll have to find himself a change of clothes, because his clothes are absolutely a mess. But you don't need to worry about how you look compared to other people. I think you look pretty cool.
Yeah, you look pretty cool as well.
Thank you. Although I wish I had something to cover up my chest. In a lot of conversations, I feel as if people's gaze goes down from my eyes, straight to my bosom.
Huh. That's pretty common from what I've seen on Earth.
I'm well aware that they're pretty large, and I mean, this is kind of a revealing form. To be honest, if I had a choice, I would choose one that's less revealing. I prefer
Yeah.
like a lab coat, scrubs over this, but I can't exactly control it, and there's a lot that I can't control. But what I can control, I'm trying my best to be good to people. With what I can share. And I have to essentially walk on eggshells, because there's certain things I can't share, or else things could get definitely worse. So,
Yeah.
but that friend of yours, did you just meet them today?
Yeah. I saw them at when I woke up here.
Hmm. I suppose it makes sense that we became fast friends, given the fact that his eye is a star and that you're a star.
I accidentally touched him and burnt some of, well, kind of burnt him.
Oh,
Not like, of course, not bad. But it's kind of hard when to give someone a handshake when you're fire.
I understand. You don't have to worry about that with me here. I mean, most of my body is like a very heat-resistant sort of chitin. I mean, I was able to essentially plummet into a planet through the atmosphere without an issue. My main issue is cold. I've never really been a huge fan of cold. Cold tends to slow me down a whole lot because, being part insect, in fact, largely insect, causes.
Can't really feel cold.
Huh. Well, I mean, if you ever want a hug, I mean, I'm here. It'd be better if the rain would stop, but it rains a lot here. That's another thing. It's a good thing you have an umbrella because it rains like all the time. And it sucks because I feel super sluggish during the rain.
Ever since I've been here, it's been raining.
I think somebody might have mentioned how it's Puer laughing so hard that he's crying, but I'm not entirely sure. He doesn't seem like that excited of a person. I mean, he is excited to be here, but he's more so. It's hard to understand the intentions of a god. I used to think that I was a god, by the way. We used to be under the impression that we were a god, but, we were wrong. We're just an alien life form that has no other versions. So we're technically able to replicate ourselves, but, that's a different process, and we're not gonna do that here because, it's painful for us and it's painful for the other person, and it's really disrespectful. Oh,
Hey,
it's been
the rain stopped.
That's good. I'm starting to think it never would.
Yeah.
You are really cute.
Thank you. You are too. I mean, there's not a lot of features about me. I am just kind of a solid color.
Well, I mean, your personality is cute and your general demeanor.
Thank you.
Are you feeling alright?
Huh?
Are you feeling alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Well, I mean, the hug's still on the table if you want one.
Sure.
What? Here we are.
You're so much taller than I am.
It's alright. Wow, you are very warm. It's nice.
I'd say so.
Hope my exoskeleton isn't too cold.
Oh, it's fine. I can hardly feel anything.
It's okay. I mean, there's plenty of stuff here. A lot of things happening, a lot of things to do. If you like, I can just do this.
You're getting on my level.
Yeah. been doing this a lot. A lot of people tend to be a bit shorter than me, and I don't want to really intimidate them too much.
The smaller people, I find it funny when Phantom and Vlad were having to go down a block to be on the same level as Yema.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people here are very different sizes. I feel it's very interesting to see how different people can be.
Phantom told me there was people that were really, really tall.
Yes. There's a couple people I believe that are taller than me. I'm not even the tallest person here. I think.
That one bug guy, he was pretty tall.
Oh, so he's finally gotten to his real form. That's good for him. That's good for him. For a while, he was in a restricted form, and that was painful to watch. But I mean, I'm happy he's in his true form now.
Yeah. He seems pretty cool. He gave me this umbrella, so.
Oh, well, looks like he's trying to turn his life around. That's good for him. It's none of my business, though. None of my business. You are fascinating.
Thank you.
I hope our change in demeanor doesn't intimidate you.
No, it's fine.
You are so cute.
Thank you.
Although I'll give you some space. It's been so long since I've probably been out about. Stuck out there for so long. It's been so tiring. Haven't had a lot of free time. What do you like to do for fun?
I haven't really done much. I mean, I've traveled a lot on Earth. That's kind of all I've done.
I like to travel too. A lot of what I've noticed while traveling is upsetting, You notice so much pain and so much suffering that eventually you start thinking, you start wondering. I feel as if there are too many of you, and that if there were less of you, this conflict would stop.
Yeah. I heard there was a war that happened.
Yes, and all that caused was for things to get worse. So I feel as if, like with the example from earlier, squashing the ants is sometimes beneficial. It's why you should not feel guilty for the actions you've done. You shouldn't feel guilty for having burnt that tree down. In fact, there is a term, I believe, called culling, I think, where because there are so many trees in a specific forest, a lot of the new trees can't grow.
I've seen forest fires. Those get pretty big.
Yes, that tends to be the case in a dry area. There's even a creature in the continent rather, of Australia that is a bird that carries branches that are on fire in order to spread a fire. So how can a planet so hell-bent on its own destruction, persevere. Simple, because the people that are considered a bit too rough around the edges just need some polishing. And if there's too many people, there just needs to be less people.
Yeah.
Because some people aren't adding anything, they aren't bringing anything to the table. All they do is take.
Yeah.
So why
That's
should
rough.
they deserve a seat?
I don't know.
Hmm? What's wrong?
What?
Did you say oh no?
I said no. I said I don't know.
Hmm. This is just my opinion, though. I mean, a couple of my friends are trying to make changes happen, trying to make a
Yeah.
difference. Because some people believe that things are perfectly fine here, when the truth is that it's overpopulated. There's too many people, and there's just constantly new people coming in. So, from my conclusion, some of the old people just got to go. I mean, it's only fair. They've had their turn.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion. Just, I suppose, a bit jaded from all the things I've seen.
It's not that bad.
Hmm?
The opinion is not that bad.
I appreciate it. I really do. Especially from someone as cute as you.
Thank you.
Goodness, you are shy.
Yeah. I pretty antisocial.
It's alright. It's perfectly fine. Most of the Starborn we've dealt with have been a lot more. What's the word? Irritating. That's it. Because Starborn, a lot of them, not you of course, believe that they are just inherently better than others, even though, for many instances, I was older than them. And they did not respect me. In the slightest. Often, they just blatantly disrespected me. And so, unfortunately, I had to deal with them. But that was a while back.
Oh, they sounded rude anyway.
Yeah, and certain people are just not the best. And in this world where people die and they come back, I don't see an issue if a couple just disappear and end up respawning
Yeah.
somewhere far away.
Yeah.
You've seen firsthand how cruel mankind can be.
I have.
In this den of beasts and debauchery, it's a miracle anything lives. But you are a shining star in the dark.
Yeah. Pretty bright.
I'm sure you are. And I know you are. You seem very knowledgeable, very understanding, and very smart.
Yeah, thank you.
A lot of people here aren't necessarily that quick to pick up on things. For instance, Michael. I love the guy, but honestly, he is frustrating to deal with sometimes. You can tell him things blatantly, and it doesn't click.
Yeah,
A lot of people just lack the certain qualities that allow them to understand and stuff like that. But, there's certain things people can't help, and I can't exactly hold that against them. It's just irritating.
yeah.
Have you ever been irritated by a human before?
I don't think so.
Did you feel What did you feel when you saw them just senselessly killing their own kind?
Well, I was more scared than anything. It's
Hmm.
kind of what made me scared of almost everything.
But you see, you are stronger than they are.
But y'all look way stronger than I do.
I know. But the thing is, you are made of fire, and humans are very, very flammable.
Yeah,
And with the right fire starter, with the right fuel, you'd be able to completely melt through them.
that is possible, I guess.
So you don't have a reason to be afraid of them when you can just deal with the problem.
I don't like the sound of killing somebody. I
The
don't want to
first
be like the rest of them.
the first time's always the hardest. I hardly remember my first time, but it always gets easier the more you do it. It's like anything, like a hobby. I suppose that's not the right word. It's more like a job. You do not have to kill anyone. In fact, most people don't really enjoy the idea of people being killed, even though it isn't a permanent thing here. People don't like being killed for whatever reason. I just
Yeah,
think about it a bit more than I should, I believe.
I am
It's,
trying to befriend everybody I can.
and that's a very admirable thing to do, especially given how desperately some of these people would like a friend. You seem kind. You seem understanding.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot of people would like a friend like you. I sure as hell would have back when I was.
I mean, I've made a few friends so far.
Would you like to tell me about them?
Well, there was the first one, which was Blaze. He's pretty idiotic. And then you had Phantom, which he was pretty scary at first.
He's made of fire
Same.
like you are, so.
I know. He didn't get hurt when I pet him, kind of. Um, then Vlad, which was right next to um Phantom, I'd say I made friends with. but I haven't really got close to him due to him being a vampire. And then, what was it? Yema. Pretty sure I made friends with them. And their big bug friend. I don't remember his name.
Paul dear.
But
He's him. He's definitely him. Sorry.
But those are so far the friends I've made.
Well, if you want to, you can add me to that list.
That'd be nice.
Definitely need a lot more friends. A lot of people are intimidated by me, intimidated by my ideation, by my plans, by my thoughts. Intimidated by how many of them I have.
I was only scared because I'm not used to seeing people like that were really human. So it kind of freaks me out.
I wish I could take a form that was a bit more palatable, but most of my forms are rather grotesque, so and they're much farther from human than this one, so I'm just gonna stay in this one for a while.
Yeah.
Because even though Tyr feels a bit better walking around his true form, which to me feels a bit like flaunting, but whatever. I don't feel entirely comfortable with that, because this is always the body that we've felt comfortable in. It's the most humanoid of the complete bodies that we have, and of the stray parts, we don't want to focus time on sewing one together, only for it to look half-assed.
Yeah.
I
didn't know he had other forms. I thought he was just always like that.
Well, for us, we are basically a shapeshifter. Not necessarily entirely a shapeshifter, but we have variant forms, if it makes sense. It's a very painful process to go from one to another. But for us, in certain instances, a person might have died and wanted to give up certain parts. So, those remaining parts got gathered by the Hive Mother and added to what we call our Calamity form, which is a form that we take when it's a form we haven't taken in a while. I don't particularly like talking about it. It's a rather dark spot in our history.
It sounds pretty cool.
Oh, thank you. A lot of people describe it as grotesque because it's like a giant mass of torsos and limbs and heads, and most of them look as if they're screaming.
Oh.
But then, of course, there's my bug form, which is relatively normal looking for a bug, to be fair, because... Did I scare you with the Calamity form comment?
No. Is Iris like the same as the other guy? I mean, they kind of look the same.
Yeah, I think that they're both moths. I'm not entirely sure. Because Iris, she's an interesting case because she's closer to a moth in actual size, where Paltier is definitely taller. It's not a bit. He's taller straight up. And
He's pretty tall.
I think they're different species. I'm not entirely sure. Are you familiar with the idea of divergent evolution? Basically, it's this idea that a creature or two creatures that look similar could have descended from the same ancestor, but due to different environments, they evolved different ways to handle their environments.
Yeah, I know what that is. I've seen it.
So, for one instance, his species might have required more height in order to potentially survive better from predators that were trying to attack him. However, for Iris's case, her species might have required smaller sizes in order to properly fit into their hiding spaces or something like that.
Yeah.
It's difficult for creatures like us to understand that sort of anatomy, given the fact that
Yeah. I've seen that happen with birds while on Earth, but that was something.
yes, well, everything has to eat. So it's better to eat than to be eaten. Although I know a lot about eating, given the fact that I used to be the sin of gluttony. But
I don't think I taste very good.
to be fair, you're made of fire. But
I know.
part of me is tempted to possibly take a little
What?
nibble, just
Oh,
just to see.
I don't know about that one.
I don't mean it in a scary way, dear. Although I'm supposed to be on my best behavior, I'm not supposed to be wasting time doing certain things like that. I'd hate for someone to get irritated at me again. Even though he really should mind his business.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else could we talk about? Is there anything you would like to talk about, Sonny?
Not too sure.
Is there anything you're
I'm not.
curious about here?
How long has the goop been around?
The goop. I'd say it started before Yuletide, so around a month and a half. Although technically it has been around for eons, because it's been around as long as Viren has. Where there's been Viren, where Viren has been, there has been goop. And occasionally where Viren has been, I have been too, but that's just because when you're essentially an immortal being, you start seeing other immortal beings rather frequently, because your lifetime is so long in comparison to most other creatures. This will all be a blip in your lifetime. Eventually, you might not even remember me. I'll just be a blur.
Hmm. Not. I'm not easy to forget. People. I remember a lot of faces.
Well, I hope you remember mine. I mean, eventually we'll probably see each other again. I suppose. Even if it does take a couple hundred years, it's fine. Because,
That's a possibility.
I mean, you are definitely far away from supernova.
I'm definitely far away from being anywhere near how old the other ones were.
Definitely. Most of them ended up kind of going off at the same time. A couple of them are still alive, but most of them took too long to make progeny, too long to make heirs, and, well, now your species is practically dying out.
I'd say I'm probably maybe near last.
Potentially. Which is upsetting, Eventually, you'll be able to make your own offspring if you decide to do that.
I'd say so.
Young starborn tend to be interesting to deal with. I babysat for some a couple centuries back. It took me it took 100 years for their parent to come home. That was very full of energy, which is why I was so intrigued by you. Because despite being so young, you seem rather tired, if that makes sense.
I've seen a lot of things.
Which surprises me with how much you seem to care about humanity, about others. Despite all of the bad you've seen, you still seek the good.
Well, even though there might be bad people, the good ones are always better.
You know what? I agree.
I feel like the evil should go away and the nice ones stay.
Yeah, but then there's the issue of how we determine what's good and how we determine what's evil. Who
Based
is.
off their actions, like the queen.
But what if a creature was only doing it because that's all it ever knew? It never knew anything else, and so it just went and did what it did. If it
There's probably a
lost.
way to fix them.
So you believe that if it lost all of its memories, it would be capable of being forgiven?
I'd say so.
You are a very, very kind soul, Sonny. If only you had been born several centuries back, when I was a lot younger, a lot less jaded.
I don't see anything wrong.
Well, you can't exactly see the
Oh,
blood that has stained my hands, how much I've harmed others. And how much I have to continue harming others. It's not something I delight in. It's not something I enjoy doing. It's something I have to do. Because if I don't, bad things will happen to me and to any chance I have at seeing.
that sounds awful.
Yeah, it's alright though, Sonny. You should be fine. Given your flames.
Yeah,
The ice will have less of an effect on you and other things. But you should still be careful because that friend of yours is not very cautious at all. And I feel as if he's anything like Michael, he is going to get himself into a lot of trouble if he doesn't watch where he steps.
he probably will. I don't know if there's much I could do about him.
Well, if you're his friend, he'll be more likely to listen to you.
Well, only time can tell.
Yes, and even though I technically shouldn't be warning people about the infection, if I let him get pissed off at me again. Ugh. But, I mean, I'm just telling people what someone would have told you already.
Day he's gonna actually step back on the goop and then get infected with it. I don't think I could do anything about that.
Yeah, sometimes things happen and there's nothing we can do. Like, one time, I was a lot younger. It was pretty early into my contract period, where there was this village that I tried my best to save. None of them were willing to listen to the words I was speaking. And so, the inevitable happened.
Have you ever touched it? The goop?
Yes. For me, part of me was infected before they died. So the mental effects of the infection are still there. And I'm technically able to touch the stuff without getting infected. Although I would not recommend you do it because,
So I'm planning on doing it.
also don't eat it. It should go without saying, but don't.
I've seen somebody that did eat it. It wasn't really good looking.
Yeah, he is a walking cautionary tale about what happens if you go through life without a spine.
But he seemed more scared of me than I did him. I don't know how.
He's been through a lot. He is actually someone who we have a separate contract with. And I knew he was going through a lot because I could genuinely feel it. I have this contract that I used to be able to make. I'm not allowed to make it anymore because someone got pissed off, if you can hear me. Where if somebody ate a soup that I made, they would gain a partial resistance towards mental attacks. But for some reason, over time, Karma's become. He does whatever anyone tells him to do. Anyone. Someone could tell him to run around town naked, and he probably would. That goes to say, you have to learn when to say no to people.
I think he should learn to do stuff on its own.
I agree. He's just lived his entire life following the orders of others, so he struggles to be himself. It's like if you were a bird in a nest and your mother had abandoned you. So you grow up and you just follow the first person you see. You imprint on the first person you see, and he's not doing well, I can tell. At least he's been fed now. That's good. He was starving,
Yeah.
because that big bug guy put him inside of a cage and forgot about him.
I saw him get taken by some doctor, I think.
Suppose that's Dr. Hale. I've been hearing about him. It was probably some sort of inspection, although I wouldn't be surprised if he got locked inside of another cell.
That doctor's eyes scared me. I don't know why.
Do my eyes scare you?
I wouldn't say so, no.
That's good. I know some people's eyes who definitely would scare you. Morgan's
I like
probably
your
one of.
eyes.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Not a lot of people have said that. Most people tend to avoid eye contact because, eyes start to go down to the chest, which is frustrating, but I can't exactly help it.
I don't even have eyes.
And that's, I
Yeah,
suppose, part of the
yeah.
reason why I find you so endearing is the fact that I can't tell whether or not you're staring at my chest, and
Oh no, I'm looking at your eyes.
I appreciate it.
It's kind of crazy how I can see, but I have no eyes.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I've met a couple people that are able to. Like Michael, for instance, he doesn't actually have eyes, but he is still capable of sight, although his sight is definitely hindered.
I also don't have a mouth yet I can speak.
Yeah, and from the sounds of it, you can eat too. I wonder what else you'd be able to do with that mouth.
Well, it kind of just melts. I could put it anywhere and it probably just melt.
Hmm. I guess you'd need something with a high melting point to eat.
I
'Cause
never really feel full, so I am just a star. So I don't have any like lungs or anything.
I wish I had that sort of stomach. Because my issue is I have roughly 1,000 stomachs, so it's difficult to keep all of them full. So I'm always hungry. So I try and feed on stuff that isn't necessarily food.
What do you mean?
A lot of the time I can feel less hungry if I'm enjoying a good conversation or if I'm having fun with people. It
Yeah.
often helps me feel full in a way. Hmm. I'm trying to figure out something that you could eat. I guess technically, since you're made of fire, it's fascinating you're able to speak. I wonder how that works. Hmm. Do you know how it works?
Do I what?
Do you know how you're able to speak?
No, I don't.
Hmm.
I don't know how I can do anything.
The fact that you are alive is a miracle in and of itself. A starborn as young as you in the new era.
It was kind of weird when I first woke up on Earth because I was still just a star. I wasn't fully turned into a sun yet when I first awoke.
I'm sure you felt very lost back then. I'm sure you still feel lost now.
Well, I am. I don't really have anywhere. Well, I did just get somewhere inside there. But other than that, I don't really have a place.
Yeah, I've just been kind of living in rivers.
And I'm more so empty. I don't really have a heart or any vital organs.
Hmm. No vital organs. So would you say that your body is just like hmm,
I mean, I have all the body parts. It's just all kind of hot. It's like bright.
hmm.
Can't really describe. Just all the same.
Well, that's all right. That's all right. Interesting. Well, I'm glad we were able to have this conversation, Sonny. I truly do appreciate it. I unfortunately have to get going. It is getting rather
Okay.
late in the day.
Bye.
I hope you have a good day. I hope you stay safe and
You too.
farewell.